Today, we're heading out on a little virtual journey to the southern tip of Yeongdo Island in Busan. We're going to explore one of the city's most breathtaking coastal parks, Taejongdae. We'll walk through its forests, stand on its cliffs, and dive into its incredible history. So let's get right to it.
So what does it take for a beautiful stretch of coastline to become a royal retreat? I mean, a king's personal favorite spot? Well, to answer that, we've got to travel back more than 1,000 years, and in doing so, we'll discover what makes this park so special.
Our journey starts with the park's namesake, a legendary figure from the ancient Silla dynasty.
The park gets its name from King Taejongdae, who ruled back in the 7th century. Now, this guy traveled all over the kingdom, but out of all the places he saw, this one spot with its dense pine forests and these dramatic cliffs just completely captivated him. So much so, he made it his personal archery range. It's been a place of awe for centuries.
And you know what? That long history of natural beauty is still being celebrated today. Taejongdae is actually part of the Busan National Geopark, which is a UNESCO designation. That basically means it's recognized for its incredible geology, like those amazing wave-carved cliffs, and for the deep cultural stories that are literally embedded in the landscape.
Okay, so you've arrived. How do you actually get around and experience this coastal wonder? Well, the park gives you a couple of really great options.
How you explore really shapes your whole experience. You can go on foot, take your time, and just wander the beautiful trails through these natural tunnels of trees. But if you want to see all the main highlights without getting too tired, the Danubi train is your best bet. It's this fantastic hop-on, hop-off service that circles the whole park.
And get this, the name Danubi isn't just some random brand name. It literally means admiring the scenery in Korean. It perfectly captures what this charming little train is all about, helping you soak in all those spectacular views without the long walk.
And it's super affordable. We're talking 3,000 Korean won, that's about $2 for a ticket that lets you hop off at any stop, say the observatory or the lighthouse, explore for a bit, and then just catch the next train to continue your loop. It's incredibly convenient.
So let's hop off at our first major stop. This takes us to the observatory, which is perched right on the edge of a cliff.
The view from here is, wow, just magnificent. You're looking out over this endless blue of the Korea Strait, and you get a perfect view of the famous Yeongdo Islets. On a super clear day, you can even see the faint outline of Japan's Tsushima Island on the horizon. But this beautiful spot also holds a much more somber piece of history.
You see, right beneath the observatory is a rock that was once tragically known as Suicide Rock. To transform this place of despair, a statue called Mojasong was put up in 1976. It shows a mother holding her children, and this quote really captures its powerful message. The idea was to make people pause, think, and reconsider. And the remarkable thing is, it worked. After it was installed, the suicides at the site eventually stopped completely.
From the observatory, a path leads down toward the water, and this brings us to a place where history and mythology are carved right into the rocks themselves.
The Yeongdo Lighthouse has been a guiding light for ships all the way back since 1906. But what's really brilliant is what they did in 2004. They completely reimagined it. So now, it's not just a functional beacon, it's a full-on cultural hub with an art gallery, a library, and another observation deck for even closer views of the sea.
And right below that lighthouse is Sinseon Rock. According to legend, this stunning rock platform was a divine little getaway. When the gods and goddesses needed a break from their heavenly duties, they'd come down to this exact spot to just relax and enjoy the scenery. And honestly, you can almost feel that sense of peace when you're there.
But nearby, there's another stone with a much sadder story. Mangbusok, or Wife's Rock, is said to be a woman who waited right on this cliff for her husband, who had been taken away by Japanese forces. She waited for years, never giving up hope, until tragically, she turned to stone. These rocks, they're not just geology, they're like the pages of a Korean folklore book.
All right, let's leave the dramatic coast behind for a bit. We're going to head inland to discover a hidden sanctuary of peace and incredible color.
The beauty of Taejongdae Temple, well, it's really the story of one person's incredible dedication. For 4 decades, the temple's head monk traveled all over the world, collecting hydrangea seeds from different countries. He had this singular vision, to create a garden of breathtaking beauty that everyone could enjoy.
And the result of that vision, it's just astonishing. I mean, look at these numbers. 5,000 hydrangea trees from 30 different species. It's one of the largest and most diverse collections in all of Korea, a real testament to decades of patience.
It's so magnificent that they started an official festival back in 2006 just to celebrate it.
So here's a little pro tip. If you can time your visit just right, you can be there for the Hydrangea Flower Cultural Festival. For a couple of weeks in the early summer, the temple grounds are just transformed into this vibrant explosion of pinks, blues, and whites. It draws people from all over the country.
So, are you inspired to visit yet? Good. Here's the practical info you're gonna need to plan your own trip.
Okay, first things first, and this is the best part. Getting into the park itself is completely free. And getting there is pretty straightforward too. From the popular Nampo area, you can just hop on one of 3 different buses. If you're coming from Busan's main train station, there are 2 other bus lines that will take you right to the entrance.
And if you want an even easier option, especially if you're a tourist, the Busan City Tour Bus is perfect. Taejongdae is a major stop on its red line, which makes it a totally hassle-free part of a bigger city tour.
You know, Taejongdae is so much more than just a park. It's a place where royal history, natural grandeur, and poignant legends all meet the sea. It doesn't just invite you to see the views, it invites you to listen to the stories they have to tell. So the real question is, what will you discover when you stand on its edge?